Hello students, in this video we will study the remaining last two articles of unit 4 of paper real analysis. So the first one is or we can say the second last article of this unit is derivatives of higher order. So the definition is, suppose f is real function in the open set E, which is a subset of Rn, and d1 of f, d2 of f up to dn of f are partial derivatives of f. Then if these all dj of f are differentiable themselves, if this all dj of f are differentiable themselves, then the second order partial derivative of f is defined as dij over f, which is equals to di dj of f, where j ranges from 1 to up to so on. So here this function dijf is the second order partial derivative of f. Now this definition follows a theorem which states that suppose that f is defined in an open set E, which is a subset of R2, and d1f, d2f exist at every point of E. Suppose that Q is a subset of E and Q is a closed rectangle with sides parallel to coordinate are having AB and A plus H, B plus K as opposite vertices. That is, Q is a rectangle set such that this AB and A plus H, B plus K are these opposite vertices of this rectangle. So this vertices will become A plus H, B, and this will become A, B plus K, where this H and K both not 0. Now if put del FQ with equals to f of A plus H, B plus K minus f of A plus H, B minus f of A, B plus K plus f of A, B, then there is a point xy in the interior of Q such that del of FQ is equals to HK d21f of xy. Now let's start with the proof. This is rectangle Q. Now let us define u of t equals to f of t b plus k minus f t b. Let it be number 1. Now this del of fq is given, which is f of A plus H, B plus K minus f of A plus H, B minus f of A, B plus K plus f of AB. So let it be number 2. Now as from 1 we have u of t is equals to f of t b plus k minus f of tb. So therefore u of A plus H can be written as f. In place of t we replace t by A plus H. So A plus H, B plus K minus f of A plus H, B. Similarly, u of A becomes, we replace t by A, f of A, B plus K minus f of A, B. Now subtracting u of A from u of A plus H, we get u of A plus H minus u of A equals to f of A plus H, B plus K minus f of A plus H, B minus this u of A. So f of A, B plus K, the sign will change here, plus of f of a b. Now this is del of FQ from second. So therefore del of FQ is equals to U of A plus H minus U of A. So therefore by Lagrange mean value theorem, we have del FQ which is equals to U of A plus H minus U of A equals to H du or X. So this is H d of U, which is U dash of X. So let it be number 4. We give it number 3. So this implies that del of FQ which is equals to H U dash of X. Now as we know that U of T is equals to F of T B plus K minus F of T B. So therefore U dash of T becomes F dash of T B plus K minus F dash of T B. So similarly U dash of X becomes F dash of X B plus K minus F dash of X B, which can be written as d1 of F X B plus K, that is the first derivative, minus d1 of F X B. Let it be number 5. So using this 5 in 4 we get del of FQ which is equals to H in bracket d1 of F X B plus K minus d1 of F X B. So again by using Lagrange mean value theorem we get, so again by Lagrange mean value theorem we get del of FQ equals to H in bracket K d2 d1 F over X Y, where Y belongs to the interval B plus K for all. So from this we get H K d2 d1 F of X Y, which is equals to H K d21 of F over X Y, that is del of FQ is equals to HK d21 F of XY, which was the required result, and hence the theorem is proved. So now the next theorem states that suppose F is defined in an open set E which is a subset of Rn. Suppose that d1f, d2f and d1, d2f exist at every point of E and d21f is continuous at the same point AB belongs to E. Then we have to show that d12 of F exists and d12f of AB is equals to d21f of AB. So let's start with the proof. So let us assume that, or let us suppose that A is equals to d21f of AB. Let it be number 1. Now we choose epsilon greater than 0. As in previous theorem, here also let Q be a rectangle. Q be a rectangle with vertices AB and A plus H, B plus K with vertices AB and A plus H, B plus K as opposite vertices. And the sides of the rectangle be the sides of rectangle be parallel to coordinate axis. That is, if this Q is a rectangle with A plus H, B plus K and AB as the opposite vertices, then this vertex become A plus H, B, and this become A, B plus K. And if these are the coordinate axes, then the sides of this triangle are parallel to the coordinate axis. This is parallel to this coordinate axis. Now we have mod of A minus D21F of xy less than epsilon for this xy belongs to Q. But from previous theorem we have del of FQ is equals to HK D21F of xy. So from this D21F of xy is equals to del of FQ upon HK. So from this we can have del of FQ upon HK minus A is less than epsilon. So let it be number second. So now here we fix H and let K tends to 0. So from this D21 of F exists from this second. Now we have D2F of A plus H B minus D2F AB minus A upon H mod complete, which is less than epsilon. Now taking H tends to 0, we get mod of D1 D2F over AB minus A, which is less than epsilon. So this implies mod of D12F over AB minus A less than epsilon. Now since epsilon is arbitrary, so let epsilon tends to 0, we get D12 of F AB minus A equals to 0, which implies that D12 of F AB equals to A. So let it be number 3. So therefore this D12 of F exists at AB, and from 1 and 3 implies that D12F over AB is equals to D21F over AB, and hence the theorem is proved. So the last topic of this unit is Taylor's theorem. So the statement for it is, suppose that the series f of x is equals to summation a n x to the power n, and this series converges for mod x less than r. If minus r is less than a less than r, then f can be expanded in a power series about a point x is equals to a, which converges to mod of x minus a less than r minus mod a, and here f of x is equals to summation n from 0 to infinity fn of a upon n factorial for x minus mod of x minus a less than r minus mod a. So here f of x is equals to summation n from 0 to infinity a n x to the power n converges in minus r to r, and minus r is less than a, which is less than r. So for mod of x minus a less than r minus mod a, we have mod of x equals to mod of x minus a plus a. Therefore separating the mod x will be less than mod of x minus a plus mod a, which is less than r. Hence this summation a n x to the power n converges. Now as f of x is equals to summation n from 0 to infinity a n x to the power n, and x is equals to mod of x minus a plus mod a. So here summation n from 0 to infinity a n x is x minus a plus a to the power n, which is equals to summation n from 0 to infinity a n summation m from 0 to n n m a to the power n minus m and x minus a to the power m. Let it be number 1, and this we have taken from binomial expansion theorem. Binomial expansion theorem. Now here we can change the order of summation in this expansion, as the summation by rows of a double series is absolutely convergent, and hence by column will hence the summation by column will also be convergent to the same sum. So now we will replace this by their modulo. So we get f of x equals to summation mod of a n summation n from 0 to infinity mod a n summation m from 0 to n. This is the binomial coefficient of this expansion, and read as n choose m or nc m. Mod of a n minus m and mod of x minus a m, which will be equals to summation n from 0 to infinity mod of a n and mod of x minus a plus mod of a whole power n. Now, and this is convergent. This is convergent power series, since mod of x minus a plus mod of a is less than r. So now hence for mod of x minus a less than r minus mod a, the change in order of summation is justified. Change in order of summation is justified. So therefore f of x is equals to summation m from 0 to infinity in bracket summation m from m to infinity n choose m a n a to the power n minus m and x minus a to the power m. So let it be number 2. Now for mod x less than r, we have f of x equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus up to so on plus am x to the power m. Here we have simply choose the value of a equals to the value of here this a equals to 0. So therefore for mod x less than r, we have f of x equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus up to so on am x to the power m plus up to so on an x to the power n up to so on. So therefore the first derivative, that is f dash of x, is a1 plus twice a2x plus up to so on m am x to the power m minus 1 plus up to so on n an x to the power n minus 1 up to so on. The second derivative, that is f double dash of x, is twice of a2 plus up to so on plus m minus 1 am x to the power m minus 2 plus to so on n minus 1 an x to the power n minus 2, and continuing in the similar manner we get fm of x equals to m factorial am plus m plus 1 m minus 1 up to so on 3 into 2 into 1 a m plus 1 to x plus up to so on n minus 1 up to so on n minus m plus 1 an x to the power n minus 1 plus up to so on. If we take n factorial common from all this expression, so we get m factorial am plus m plus 1 m minus 1 up to so on 3 into 2 into 1 upon m factorial a m plus 1 x plus up to so on n minus 1 to so on n minus m plus 1 upon m factorial an x to the power n minus 1 plus up to so on. So therefore we get m factorial in bracket am plus this become m plus 1, choose m plus 1 x plus up to so on, this term becomes m plus, this term become n, choose m an x to the power x minus m. So by the binomial expansion, this is x to the power n minus m. So by definition of binomial expansion, this fm of a is m factorial summation n is equals to m to the infinity n, choose m an a to the power n minus m. So therefore 2 implies that f of x is equals to summation m from 0 to infinity fm of a upon m factorial. As this is f of x, and taking m factorial here, we get f of x equals to summation m from 0 to infinity fm of a upon m factorial and x minus a to the power m for x minus a less than r mod a, and hence true. So here we complete the unit 4 of paper real analysis. Thank you.